I think.
I really look forward to going to work because I really enjoy working with people that have got difficulties and struggles, and I feel like I can make a difference.
Now, when I was very young and first went with the folks, if there was 4 or 5 hooligans, sort of standing in the way, they would be told to move. And God help them if they didn't move. They'd get a bite on the bum, and probably a smack round the ear hole with a cape, from the policeman.
The thing about being in a lab is you're your own boss. You're free to sort of run several things at once, and it's a very social atmosphere in many labs.
Yes,
and ours was
important.
a great place to work. And in some labs you can have music playing, because a lot of what you're doing isn't using your brain at the time.
They use mice, don't they, for things?
What, eyeliner?
It's not nice, really, is it?
What, lipstick on a Yorkshire Terrier?
Oh, no.
I think we should all be in clinical trials. We have a moral obligation. Fortunately, I've never been asked, but I take so many drugs anyhow. I am a clinical trial.
You cannot have an effective working police dog which is non-aggressive. As they get older, all they want to do is be the leader of the pack. It's their instinct. And every now and again, he probably just challenges me for the leadership of the pack. So every now and again we have a little tete-a-tete.
I feel that if I've given my best performance and it's a good one, then obviously I get the reward, the pat on the back, knowing that you've tried to do your best for your coach. They've given you the training, the least you can do.
I'm all right walking on the flat and downhill, but I can't go uphill. As soon as I start to go uphill, I get chest pain. It starts to tighten up. But what I do, where I live, there's a downhill slope down to what they call the co-op. I walk down there and come back on the bus.
It can be stressful, yes, as a runner, because you strive to...
The ideal weather for me is dry, about 65 to 68, I'm perfect. Anything over that or under that, I'm struggling, especially in cold mornings. I shouldn't really go out in cold mornings. I've been told I shouldn't go out in cold mornings. I shouldn't go out in the wind. And also, I should, just do what I can do. And I'll say some days I can move mountains, the next day I can't do anything.
You start Monday, Tuesday, you do mornings. Wednesday, Thursday, you do afternoons. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you do nights. But I've done this, you don't know if you're coming or going. Every 2 days, you've got to change your sleep pattern. It's awful.
But if you work every day and you're doing something you don't enjoy, then life must be so miserable, and if you're doing something you don't enjoy, I don't know why you don't just give it up and do something you do enjoy, because, you may as well enjoy life, because you don't live for very long, so you may as well enjoy what you're doing when you are working. And I really enjoy what I do, and if I ever did something that I didn't enjoy, then I'd give it up immediately and do something that I really did enjoy, because I like to enjoy life,
When I retire from racing, I don't even like to think about it. I feel that each day I can run, touch wood, with injury-free conditions, then I'll run till I drop. Tactics are very important in a race.
I'm terrified of retirement. Terrified. I really like my work, and I don't want to retire now.
I do define goals and targets, but then when you get going, it's fun. It's just good fun, really. It doesn't feel like work. It just feels like you're just being really silly.
Can I just tell you something? That's not a human ear on the back of a mouse. That is one of the most grotesque misrepresentations that I know. It's a piece of cartilage shaped like a human ear, put into an epithelial covering. It's not a human ear.
What? I heard, through the body odor from others, we realize if we are genetically matching or not. And unfortunately, the way nature works, is the odor rather than perfume, you know. So the way it is, I'm sorry, I can't change it. So I smell, and I like to smell people as well. If I smell you in the street, don't be offended.
I went to an animal rescue charity in a very deprived part of northwest London. And I took one look at her, and something happened. It was one look, absolutely one look.
I didn't really like him actually, to be honest, at the beginning, because I thought it was a bit of a sort of know-it-all.
Oh yeah.
But the way he ate a sandwich, that was it really, and you could see his stomach. So yeah, that's why I quite liked him first of all.
You've got to be confident and optimistic. If you're pessimistic and always on the back foot, I don't think you get anywhere. So, you know, a bit of the old cockiness, you know, I think they all like a bit of that.
I am sexy all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Well, which part of you?
Oh, all of
exactly?
me, of course. You know, that's... So I feel like that when I get out in the mornings, you know, I feel very sexy. Most of the times you're not there, but they're not that, you know, can't help that, can he? But do you feel sexy?
No, not particularly.
Well, it is early, isn't it?
It sounds corny now, but you used to always get the same chat line. I say, you know what it is? You know the best part of your body? It's a bit in between the top of your head and the bottom of your feet. All of you. I say, you're lovely. I said, I've seen some lovely lasses in my time, but I said, but you must have been right ahead of the queue when they were dishing out the good looks. But when I was saying all these things, I had my fingers crossed.
I'd never worried about size or shape, or I've lived with mongrels for half my life. And suddenly here was I, head over heels, in love, or what?
It's lovely being in love. It makes you all twinkly and it makes you all happy. And sometimes I can't think straight, do you know what I mean? Because I'm thinking of him.
If you're looking for a disco dancing spring rabbit, then you would find me a bit boring. But if you are the kind of person who likes to sit around and moan a lot, then you could say I'm a very good companion.
No, actually, he's not too bad. He's not that unsavoury a person. I think he's all right.
Thank you.
Because I'm really intolerant.
I'm not that unsavoury a person.
The thing is with you, your mother did everything for you. And then when you come up to me, you're already bloody useless.
Obey, that's what the vicar
No,
said.
I didn't. When we got married, I did not obey.
Obey.
No, I didn't obey.
Obey.
No.
I have lots of trapped air that has to get out somehow. And that's really bad when you're sleeping with someone. And methane gas is lighter than air, so you end up on the ceiling. And so that's why I choose not to sleep with anybody, and that's why I don't have a partner for a long time. It's all not my fault, it's the methane gas fault.
I've got about, wait, let me count. 19 boys fancy me, but I don't fancy them. I actually fancy Roo, and he fancies me because you're pretty, that's why. I'm really gonna get in for that.
I used to be very romantic when I was younger. I think everybody who's younger is very romantic, you know. Fall in love, thinking about the partner, doing different things to them in your head.
Romantic? No, not really.
Yeah, you
No,
are.
That'd be
You
nonsense.
are. Really, really
Nonsense. No, I don't think so.
I think you are. You're very thoughtful. You are.
You never said that before.
Oh, I'm not on tape then, am I?
Yeah, no, I'm a little bit romantic. I like to
Romanticise?
lavish gifts upon my my wife, and And I do like to treat her to things that I know that she likes.
Trip down Tesco's.
Trip down Tesco's. Yeah. She loves all that stuff.
What about me?
Are you romantic?
You tell me.
No, you're not.
Aren't I?
No.
I am.
No, you're not.
You're just saying it now.
No, you're not. I'm not.
I am actually.
I do believe in love at first sight, but I'm not saying it does anyone any good. What happens after that? That's as much as I'm saying.
We've got 3, you see, but there's one I can never remember her name. She does a lot of riding. I'm trying to think of a flipping name now. What's she called? Well, let's just call her Rosie for today. Yeah, Rosie. Good old Rosie.
How many hours do you reckon you could stay awake for?
Competitively, 24.
Well, yesterday I can use as an example. I stayed awake for 8.5 hours. I did.
8.5?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, the sleep is very important. For me, it's very important. For me, sleeping is very important. I think it's very important, the sleep, for me.
People think that when you work on nights that you'll automatically go sleep in the daytime because you're so tired. It doesn't work like that. I wish it did. Because you're really, like, you come home at 6 in the morning, I'm buzzing, aren't I? I probably could go to about 10, 12. I probably could stay awake all day, actually. But then all of a sudden, bang, it hits you like a wall.
What happens is, if, say, for instance,
It turns into a grumpy old... That's what happens.
What was I going to say then? I had a good one then.
Oh, sorry.
I don't go to bed till late. I couldn't go at 9 like you.
You couldn't?
No.
9:30 and that's it?
Lunchtime?
No.
No.
Normally, I'd have 6 to 7 hours sleep. I think it's advisable to have 7. I know that if you have more than 7 or less than 7, you're likely to die earlier.
If you're tired enough, you'll sleep anywhere. Doesn't matter where it is, as long as it's warm and dry.
That's all you need, really. Slept in fields, stuff like that.
Tunnels.
Under motorway bridges.
Slept in the middle of motorways, actually, a couple of times.
Yeah.
It does something queer to folk, doesn't it? I mean, they might be a bit more sparky, and they might be in the mood for love.
I could sleep 12 hours, easy. I could go to bed now and not wake up till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
5. There's the phone ringing.
Right. Hello? Hello? No, I'm sorry, she died ages ago. You need to update your records a bit better. She didn't. There's only the neighbour that moved, but they don't like to.
I heavy breathe at night.
No, man, you snore.
I don't snore.
You've always snore.
No, I don't snore.
You snore.
I don't snore. I don't snore.
You do.
I.
Why are you doing that? I'm telling you, I've heard you snoring, right? And you won't believe it. I'm not gonna lie to you about something like that. You snore, man.
I don't snore.
You do, like a pig.
I've never heard a pig snore.
It's diabolical. I'm not.
If I ever sleep on my back, I have those dreams where it's like you can't move. Really scary dreams. Like you're half awake and half asleep, and I really hate that.
You never ever sleep on your back, do you?
Not anymore.
Well, that's...
If you don't get your sleep, don't approach him. Really, don't approach him until he's. It's seriously, forget about brown grizzly bears, but they don't do damage. Keep
What about you when you're tired? You're just like the living dead. I talk to Francis comatose. Can't do nothing.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that crazy stuff.
In the daily life, you hear a little bird tweeting. It sounds really lovely. But if that little bird is tweeting at 11 o'clock when you're trying to go to sleep, you want to kill the But in the morning, you think, oh, lovely little bird.
For me, it was because it was.
Because I went to bed the other day and that little was like there tweeting in that tree and I want to get it down. There's a whole family in there.
Yeah, you will then decide that it's almost like
Shut up.
Okay, Stephen, have you ever sleep talked?
Well,
How do I know?
How's he going to know if he sleep talks?
You should ask her that question. She.
No, sometimes Stephen's like tossing and turning, and I think he's probably running away from somebody. He's probably doing something that he shouldn't be doing, or he's usually, yeah, he does something. So I don't know what he's doing.
Open the door, Daddy. I'm sleeping. Daddy, let me in. Daddy, let me in. Hey, get out of my bed. You know what time it is? It's 12 o'clock. Do not make eye contact. Hay. Hay, lots of hay and cows. Hey.
Do you dream?
Dun ho.
No.
Run home.
No.
Bang ho.
Dream.
Yes, I dream.
Yeah, they're terrible, aren't they?
Oh no, I always dream the same dream and I can never get to the bottom of it.
Better go back to sleep.
Yeah, go back to sleep.
What's the neighbourhood like round here, both of you?
Down in the ghetto, that's where the life is so cold.
We don't live in the ghetto. It's an inner city we live in.
It's an urban redevelopment scheme. The council really wants to know.
Urban.
You know what I mean?
Remember, state the word.
I know it's not mine. It's beyond my wildest dreams because it's really upmarket. And I'm not kidding you. I would never have dreamt in a million years when I was in Newcastle. I would be living in a place like this.
It's. And what do you mean by that kind, sir?
What do you mean, substance? Substance? What's a substance?
Subsidence.
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 Yeah.
Subsidence.
You're lean.
Yeah, I'm lean. Yeah, I've got a leaning problem. Yeah.
No, you mean if... What do you mean, Dad?
That was built by boys who knew how to build houses in the 1950s, because that's built with brick. See? A lot of these houses you see now, they're just thrown up. This one was built putting one brick on top of the other. I think I'm here permanent now. Absolutely permanent.
Well, it's just nice to know that there's, like, I come here and there's people like Muriel and a few hundred, well, a few.
Yes,
yes,
a few.
And they're all the same. We're all here for the same purpose.
Companionship.
That's it.
Friendship, conversation. We talk about past lives sometimes, future. What we're going to do tonight.
Monday I wait for Thursday, Thursday I wait for Monday.
No, I didn't say that.
No, I know you didn't, but
mine
I
was
do.
I said to one of them, did you have a nice weekend?
I've noticed when you pass people down here and you're smiling to say good morning, you sort of wouldn't do that in Newcastle. In Newcastle, they would think you were soft. I mean, you just didn't do that. People just sort of walk past each other and bump into each other. But down here, it's just nice and friendly and I like it. I mean... It's great.
Well, you don't know what's around the corner, but I can't be doing with moving again.
Well, the shop's around the corner.
What do you mean, the shop's around the corner?
Well, there's the hairdressers, the shoe shop, the clothes shop.
What's that
And there
got
was a
to-
post office. Well, you said you never know what's round the corner, and I do. I do know what's round the corner.
With the bedroom with a big leak in the roof.
No.
Which we don't know where it's coming from because nobody's bothered to look.
Because I like to call myself lucky. But having your house struck by lightning on the first day when you move in seems to me that ain't such a lucky thing.
As I look down, I can see an empty beer keg standing beside a plastic bucket full of don't know what. And looking out further, a melange of undergrowth and rubbish and rocks and bricks and concrete and shoes, and then in the distance the marvellous vista of the motorway. It's like a dream come true.
British food, I think, is first class. It's somehow clean, satisfying.
The trouble with the foods we eat now, there's too much fat in them. And the worst thing that happens in this country, there's too many people eat chips.
The main staple diet for runners is...
We had, in fact, we had wild strawberries, little wild strawberries. And of course, if it was acorn time, you could always eat an acorn. And even the thistle, you could always peel the top off of the thistle.
I mean, at lunchtime, instead of kiddies going down and buying a couple of apples or a couple of pears, what do? They go to the chip shops and buy chips. And when they get home at night, they have chips again.
You know, if I have too much chocolate, I get a bit fat and I put on a lot of weight.
I didn't like to eat anything really that was contaminated by any insect. Although we put up with it when you're hungry. I never ate it, that I know of. I may have done, I don't know.
I used to go around the back of shops, supermarkets, going down the back of the skips to get
No
the
problem.
chocolate out. Yeah, I've eaten food that's been a week old and whatever. Anything from frozen to tins. I used to find all sorts of food in the skips. I was like liberating it.
Dirt on food. Dirt on food. What? Dirt on food can kill you. You can put one mouthful of dirty food in your mouth and you can be a goner. Can you ask me that question?
I think I've ate more lead shot than I've certainly ate oysters. I think that's probably, I don't know, it's probably why my brain's a bit funny. Or yeah.
Dog and cat food.
It smells absolutely disgusting,
Well,
doesn't
it's
it?
very strong.
Horrible.
It's very strong.
Oh, I don't think I'd like to eat a sheep's eyeball or an intestine of a cow or something like that. But if you've got all these sort of intestines and all these sort of, you know, not so appetising bits of animals, then they mix it all up in a mixer and then they call it
Horrible. Yeah, bloody milk cartons. Goes everywhere, milk, anything. There's too many bags in the world.
I hate seafood. I really absolutely detest it. I did eat a fish once about 2 years ago and I think they're disgusting.
Whelks, mussels. That's like eating slugs.
Is it?
Oysters and stuff.
I've never
Brilliant.
tasted a slug.
Ugh, sliding down your gullet.
Yeah, but you don't eat slugs,
Like
do you?
eating a slug.
Well, how do you know when you've never had one?
That's how I would imagine it to be.
Well, I mean, I feel very healthy. The only thing that I have problems with is digestion, and I don't know what is wrong with my digestion. I mean, it's just like I just fart all the time, you know?
Vegetarians, I think they're sort of trying to be better than the rest of us. You know, it's been proved, as far as I know, that the best thing to eat is a bit of yourself.
Actually, beans gives me wind and lemonade makes me burp.
What are you looking at?
My family's been out here running a donkey ride since 1886. We've been here, so we're a long-established family, and we've seen a lot of changes over the years.
We're great beach people, but not sunburning, but not sunbathing.
The bottom line is we never sunbathe.
When it does rain, it clears the beach. As soon as you get some rain, there can be thousands of people along the beach. As soon as you get a drop of that rain, they're gone.
Donkey rides and dodging cars and candy floss, toffee apples, they're the things that you sort of associate with British seaside resort, you know.
Yeah, indeed. My wife and I holiday annually in Cornwall or Devon. My wife actually must have sea and coast on her holiday agenda, so that over the many years, even though all our holidays have been in Britain, we've only once been to a non-coastal county, which is Shropshire. We had a fine holiday there, but the need to be near the sea nevertheless draws us back time and time again.
I think the favourite beach that I do is right up there where you can see the cliffs at Scarborough, where the donkey ride. I think on the south side, on the north side. I think that's the nicest part, and Bridlington Beach. But I think the Scarborough Beach is the nicest one that I've ever been to.
Yes, I think we've got a lovely beach. The only problem is obviously the sea doesn't come in very often. Usually it's only in twice a day, and it usually seems to be the wrong time of the day for holiday makers.
What I love is just splashing in the waves, and it's really cold, and you just jump in the sea, swim around in there, and it's just really nice.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. No, too many germs in the sea, too many things that can make you ill and bad. You know, if you want to stay healthy, stay out of the sea. That's what I say.
In our own part of the world, we're extremely attached to Whitby and visited in what's called our Whitby season, which is from October to March.
I've always felt uncomfortable with hot weather. I don't like hot weather. I don't like it. So, and you don't either.
No, I don't.
So we're agreed on that.
I love sunbathing because it's very warm and it's very relaxing, and it's almost like just being in bed, really, isn't it? Except it's like having a big electric blanket over you all the time, and you go brown, and that's always good.
I can't sunbathe for very long because I had a very hot sun. I got sunstroke, and I can't sit out for too long. I can sit for so long. I sit for an hour, get some plenty of cream on, but after that I start feeling sick and I've got to come in.
At the end of the day, what's it doing? It's cooking you, isn't it? The sun is actually cooking you.
Plus
That's
I get
why you
heat
go
rash.
brown flat.
If I'm in it for 10 minutes, I get a heat rash.
No, don't want to burn my skin, do I? Bad for you.
I love scrambling over rocks, being in the rock pools, and just looking for crabs and looking for mussels.
Pollution is a problem everywhere, isn't it? I don't know. On the beach, what do you get? What pollution do you get on the beach? You get, well, too many people, probably, with worse pollution and radios.
But the only reason I'm still doing this job is because of the children. If you see their faces as they get off a coach, remember, some have never seen a beach before, and it gives us great pleasure. The children are what make the job.
The old stuff, the donkeys and the carts and things like that, they're going to be around for a long time to come, yeah. The high-tech games, I think really they've had their day.
As to the finest holiday that I've had, I would probably say, paradoxically, that it was in the Lake District during the foot and mouth epidemic.
My ideal British holiday, I'd probably like a weekend sit and bake myself living by the sea.
There are things about Christmas, about midnight mass on Christmas Eve, that I find unbearably emotional. There are Christmas carols or things that one hears traditionally at Christmas, and I tend not to hear these anymore. Try to avoid hearing them because I find them painful. I'm too easily touched
9 to 12 is good. 12 birds are calling. How does the first line go? The first year Christmas, my true love said to me, and a partridge in a pear tree. No, I can't remember that song.
I always insist on wearing my hat from my crackerdom.
I hate wearing my hat from my Christmas cracker. It really annoys me.
Yeah, but I make you wear it.
You don't.
But I want you to wear it this year, please.
I'm not wearing it.
Well,
Just annoys me. It gets me hot, flustered, and as I'm eating, I can hear a rustle in my ears.
Russell?
Yeah, I can. I can hear
We don't have a Russell in our family.
the paper on the hat.
Do you? Well, what if I made like a woolen Christmas hat that doesn't rustle? Would you
No,
wear
thank
that?
you.
Would you not?
On the 12th day of Christmas. Oh no, on the first. That's a good start, isn't it?
Straight into the end.
Oh, hang on, no, it just started with 12. Count down, isn't it?
The first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree.
A partridge in a pear tree. What do you think that's symbolic of?
Oh, I don't know, do
Well,
I?
what? Partridge. It's in a pear tree.
No idea. I mean, look at state of it. 5 gold rings.
No, just a minute.
Ladies dancing, Lord
No.
sleeping.
No.
A
You're
partridge in a pear tree. I've no idea.
You're leaping ahead.
I don't know.
A partridge in a pear tree makes me think about good target practice as you're trying to knock the partridge out of the pear tree. That's what I conjures.
Why would somebody want a partridge in a pear tree? A partridge in a pear tree? That's where partridge live, in it. In a pear tree? Do you know where
How many
Do you know where partridge live? No. Shut up then. You
Yeah,
have
I've
to
got
take
one
the man's
living
word
there
for it.
Whatever.
This day of Christmas, my true love give to me a Oh, God.
Christmas. It's good because it's a long holiday. I don't have to worry about things for a few days. Or rather, I can worry about something different, like meeting my family.
Well, in my family, the habits are probably much the same as most families at Christmas, and they involve the large belly habit, followed by the large tumbler of alcoholic beverage habit, followed by the huge argument habit, followed by the early bed habit and the indigestion habit, and then the oh God, we've got to be here for another 4 days habit, and why did you buy me all this crap habit. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Sorry, I got it.
2 turtle doves. Some type of weird genetic experiment. I don't know. A dove and a turtle mixed together in some laboratory. I don't know.
3 French hens. Well, they're just hens that are French, aren't they, really?
But I don't see the relevance.
That wouldn't be so good. 3 elephants, would it?
I said relevance, not elephants.
Oh, right.
What do you think French hens are? Do you have any idea at all? Whatever.
Yes. Well, they've flown from France a long way. They're not the 3 wise men.
No,
Or they might be.
I don't know. Sorry? You know, it's difficult to know, isn't it?
The 3 kings brought gifts to the baby Jesus.
Yeah, frankincense, gold, and myrrh.
Yeah.
Not PlayStation, iPod, and I don't know. I can't think of a third one.
On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree with lots of roast potatoes.
Now, if you opened the door and there was 4 birds calling, you'd say, who sent you? And they'd say, well, your true love sent us round. We're just calling, see if you're okay. Everything's alright at Christmas. Do you need anything?
And the partridge in the pear tree.
It's also, I think Christmas is for children.
My fishing?
Children.
Why do we have a Christmas tree?
Why are you talking about Christmas trees?
Yes.
Well, Norway were the first to start it, weren't they? Norway, that's where the Christmas trees come from originally.
Have you just made that up?
No.
Yes.
Just made
Yes, he has the little devil.
Oh.
Why, it's nothing to do with it. It'll have some religious meaning also.
Well,
of course it will. And we ought to be
Nicholas.
ashamed of ourselves because we
Saint
don't know.
Nicholas.
Devil, that's Santa. Well, Santa as well. Santa comes.
Who's Santa? No, that's Nicholas.
So, you want me to sing? Right. Okay, you're recording.
And what about the 12 Days of Christmas?
Oh, yes.
Do you know that?
Yes. Do you want me to sing it all? It'd take me forever.
So I get a little sniffly.
You come to interview me and you're allergic to dogs. No wonder you're feeling a bit sniffly. Oh dear, so funny.
12 Days of Christmas. I know it, but I don't know the words. No.
It's on the 5th day of Christmas. My true love gave to me 5 golden rings. Calling birds, 3 French hens.
What's all that about?
Well, what they do, because they're not mammals, they lay eggs.
5 gold rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens. I don't remember anymore.
6.
6 made singing. I think I might have made that one up. 6.
I know there are lords a leaping somewhere, but I don't know.
7 lots of leaping.
6 geese are laying. We're just laying. We're
Yeah,
geese
man, just
and
hang in
we're
it.
Laying.
Yeah, man.
We
just-
are geese and we are just laying. 'Cause we're just laying.
You dig?
Yeah.
On the 5th day of Christmas, 4 calling birds, 2 French hens, 3... Oh, God, I missed it again. Thought I was getting a bit better, we're going down.
Because we always sing out of tune. If you're a foreigner listening to our song, it sounds out of tune, but it's not really. We are quarter pitch.
Are you sure?
Yeah! On the 10 days of Christmas, la 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 la. Geese are laughing.
1 brace of rabbits.
7 swans are swimming. As swans do.
Yeah, swimming as they do. Unless it's ice.
That must refer back to the sort of gamey type of thing, bearing in mind it's only royalty that are officially allowed to eat swans. Broad swans.
I don't know if I've ever listened to the Queen give the Christmas message, but I presume she speaks in a silly voice and says a load of old guff.
This Christmas was awful, but next one will be better. I don't know, I'm doing German accent. I'm so bad at doing an impression of Her Holiness. But is it legal? Because I might get deported doing this, you know?
Enjoy your frozen food and your boring Christmas television, and think of us, sharing little tales of Christmas cheer. I hope you all have a lovely year, and, the end. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing to
turkeys are laying 5 gold rings on a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me
10 lords are leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids are milking, 7 swans are swimming,
6 geese are laying,
5 gold rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves.
On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 11 pipers piping.
That would annoy you, wouldn't it?
I don't know the words because that was one of the posh songs when I was a kid. Geordies didn't sing them sort of songs.
It's a nice song, and it always takes you right into Christmas, doesn't it, really? Do you like it, or...?
Yeah. Maybe there is something magic about it that I'll rediscover when I get older, or when I'm slightly different. I always complain about Christmas, but I guess maybe I like it a bit.
11 pipers piping,
10 drummers drumming,
5 ladies dancing,
8 maids are milking,
2 French hens, 5 gold rings.
12 days, is it like the 12th night? Is that what it means? What's all that? It's like...
I don't want to go through all that analysing it.
I know it's late, but I think we need to bottom this
You
one.
can bog off, I'm not doing it.
We need to analyse it to the nth degree.
Change the subject, please.
4 calling birds. Now, hold on. Where are we going out from the top? Hey?
My Christmas message to the world is love your family, love your friends, love your animals, and love life to the full, because life is so exciting and so enjoyable, and the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. Life's just so fantastic.
My Christmas message would be stop shopping.
My Christmas message to the world is speak to each other, talk, communicate. It's good to talk. It's great to have a conversation. If you talk more, I think there won't be so many problems. And let's share the wealth. We all live on the same planet. We're all the same people.
Love each other. Bling!
Don't worry, it's only going to be for a week or so, and then you can forget all about it till next year.
That song at all the 12 days of Christmas, I find it really irritating. The words are daft, 5 gold rings and all that.
Happy Christmas, everybody. Happy Christmas.
I don't think it's very sincere, did it?
Well, it was.
Happy Christmas and enjoy yourselves, and don't forget the true meaning of Christmas.
No. Yeah. Just thinking about partridges.
Well, stop thinking about partridges.
Is it in danger as a species?
Can you be quiet now, please?
Is it edible? On the first day.